I had lost my pen. Alright, here we are, 3.3's video number 2. We're talking about a power of a power. And so in this one, again, for any integer a, m, and n, where I skipped a word, where a does not equal 0, the following is true. A to the m power to the nth power is going to equal a to the m times n. So on this one, the reason that is true is, say we have a to the third power squared. Well, that's the same as a times a squared, right? Which is the same as taking a times a times a times a times a times a, because that's what square means, to take itself times itself. And so then the number of bases I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, here I would have a to the 6th. So that is the same as taking a to the third power times 2 gives us a to the 6th as well. And so this is true for all when I have a power to a power. Other things to keep in mind is if you just have a variable, let's use something other than a, or even a number, so like 4 or x. Every number variable has an exponent, and it's that invisible 1. So if you have just a x cubed, then really you have x to the first power cubed. Just to kind of keep that in mind, because that's going to help us later on. But every number and variable, even if you don't see it, has an exponent. Excuse me. But it's kind of like the coefficient to this x here is 1, because it's that invisible number. So, power to a power, we're going to multiply. So when I look at this one, I have 10 cubed squared. So we're going to write 10, 3 times 2. And so I'm going to get 10 equals 10 to the 6th. And I just leave it like that. Here I have x, 3 times 4. I don't care if you use the dot or if you put parentheses next to each other. Either one of those will work. But we are 8th graders and we no longer use x to show multiplication. Stop it. We're getting ready to enter algebra. Actually, most of what we're doing this year is the fundamentals of algebra. So that is one thing that we need to stop doing, is using x for multiplication. So x to the 3 times 4 is 12. Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox about that. And then here a 5 times 6. So a to the 30th power. So that's all that we're doing. When it looks like this, we multiply the exponents. That is it. We're done. No more. It is that simple. If you can add, if you can multiply, then you can do the product property and the power to a power. So, until our next video, you have one more for 3.3. Until then.